guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the global patch changes that hit today, and this one is a big one. We have new items there and the so-called artifacts and the luminous stones, and we're going to take a look and see like the actual stats on those items, and we'll be able to probably make a pretty good guess at what to expect in the future. And of course, a quick shout out to the homepage we're using today, which is Black Desert Foundry. Link is going to be in the description. Check it out. It has a lot of great stuff. The founder making this homepage, he translates all those Korean patch notes and everything when they come out. And yeah, go and bookmark it and check it out yourself. Link to the patch notes are also going to be in the description. Let's get into it. So with the changes here, we have an update to lower Gyfin. We have the new artifacts and the luminous stones that you can put into the artifacts coming out with the new region. It's going to be a new complete item slot on your gear, and you can augment these artifacts with the crystals and get some set bonuses unlocked that are really powerful. It's a completely new system and item, so this is going to be the big one to look out for today. We got the first patch of the Lifeskill rework, and it is trade skill changes. It's a minor patch. It is just an adjustment of some of the numbers, but we'll take a look at that in a bit. We got some updates for the new region, which is not out in any EU yet. These are going to be some bug fixes, some chat changes, and also an update of one of the grind spots. We have some general changes, and we have some class changes. We'll go over the class changes real quick. The class changes, this one here just means that instead of getting points to learn all three of these, which is melee DR, range DR, or magic DR that only works in node wars and sieges. It will be unified, so you don't have to unlock all three, but you can still only have one of them active at a time. And any points you use to learn all three types, again, you can only use one at a time, will be refunded. There are some changes as well. For the class changes, there's a lot of bug fixes. Nothing really major. Most of it is the bug fixes and some visual glitch fixing. There is some changes with Witch Wizard here, where the ability damage wasn't applied properly. And the most important thing for Witch Wizard is that we're getting the troll back on the magic evasion when Witch dashes backwards, hopefully to the sides as well. Perfection. Bug fix here in Striker with front guard not being properly applied. Guardian is getting the PvP damage fix on the Sock Guardian, 100%. It was a mistake. It was never supposed to be 35% PvP damage reduction. It was always supposed to be 62. It's getting changed, fixed, thank the Lord. Assassin's getting some actual buffs here. Grab is getting fixed. So when you grab somebody with range grab, they will come up in front of you. And they're also changing something where super armor wouldn't apply bound effects if you hit somebody in a super armor. Yes, and that is pretty much it for the class changes. Lots of bug fixes, nothing major. I do expect that we will see big changes for PvP to come. They extended the tagging event until February 2nd, so they are using that to still collect data and information about what classes people are playing and how those classes perform. So we just had a PvP update last global. I'm expecting to see more the following weeks, hopefully. Now let's go up here. Let's take a look at some of the big stuff. The Gyfin Temple. What they're doing is they are making a solo grind spot in the lower regions of Gyfin, where you will have these transformer towers. And around those towers, there's going to be these type of mobs. We got the rage mobs, the doubt, and the trust. Whenever you kill one of those, you get a buff that will make you deal bonus damage to another type. So if you kill the rage mob, you will deal bonus damage to trust, etc., etc. And you will then be farming around a tower, killing mobs, and there won't be like intersectioning grind spots, so every tower means one adventurer can grind there, and you won't have to compete about each other's mobs. When you kill enough of those mobs, you're going to spawn a boss, this one down here. And if you kill him, you get a buff that gives you bonus damage to all the mobs for a period of time following that. There's also going to be some assassin killers in the area, where if you pull these killers over to the towers, it will despawn the tower if they die, and spawn a group of assassins. Exactly if this is going to be a grief mechanic, where you can mess with other players, or if it's going to be something that's worth doing as part of the grind, I guess we'll wait and see about that one. But kind of fun either way. Here we go, the big one, what we've all been waiting for. They are adding artifacts and the Luminous stones into the game on Global Lab. They will not be on live just yet. They are adding more crystals to the game. So the general gist of how it works. The artifacts is an item. And there's different types of artifacts. The artifacts will drop in different grind spots. They cannot be sold on the marketplace. So you will have to go and get them yourself. Again, there's different types of artifacts with different effects. So this one here gives you max HP plus 75. Then each artifact has 2 gem slots. And you put a Luminous stone into that gem slot. Now, the Luminous stones can be sold on the marketplace. The way you make or get Luminous stones is that you need Luminous ore. And you get Luminous ore by either gathering or hunting. And it seems that you can take that Luminous ore. Their original plan was that you could upgrade and basically enhance the stones to make them better versions. But they went away from that because there's already a lot of enhancing going on in the game. And they made it into an alchemist or an alchemy thing instead. So with alchemy, you can take the ore and you can make the ore into Luminous stones. Now, you can also take the ore to an alchemist NPC and pay silver to get the Luminous stone. So it's just going to be more expensive doing it that way, but you won't be limited of either not having alchemy yourself or finding an alchemist that is selling the stones to do it. So you could also just buy the stones on the marketplace. Now, if you have higher alchemy, it seems like you will have a better chance at upgrading the stones or upgrading the ore into better stones. At the moment, the only thing we're seeing at the moment is blue grade stones. There is a yellow grade here, but we don't have any information stats on it from the global labs at the moment, just the blue versions. So I would assume that you can make higher tier and different levels of the stones, the Luminous stones, to put into your artifacts. And it seems to be that having higher alchemy will give you a better chance of randomly doing that. Maybe they'll make a separate system where you can try and upgrade, but they didn't really say so far. It also seems you can get them from world bosses. So time to get those boss ults up and running because you might want to go and start farming those bad boys. All right, so here we go. We got some different ways that these stones work into artifacts. You have your 2 artifacts and you have 2 stones in each. You will get a combo bonus by doing specific setups with 3 out of the 4 stones. So this setup here, you will be getting a combo of Black Spirit Rage plus 20. So it seems like the combo bonus is a one-time bonus depending on the 4 Luminous stones you have in your 2 crystals. So you won't get 2 combo bonuses. You will still get the gem effects and also the artifact effects. So this one here gonna give you 20 Spirit Rage, and you can see same here, 20 Spirit Rage. Now there's also different artifacts, right? And you have some really, really cool artifact setups, or like setups with the crystals. So we got some different combos here. This one is a typo. It is actually all damage reduction plus 15 and all evasion plus 30. Max MP, that is MP, it is VP, like it's your resource plus 700, which is a lot. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's different numbers depending if you're using Spirit or VP or MP. But this one here is going to be a real nice setup if you want to build more tanky. 15 DR and 30 all evasion. That is pretty damn massive. On top of course, the effects from the artifacts. So we have some different artifact setups here. Basically the ones we already looked at. It will be possible, it seems, to have either the 20 plus 30, 40. The exact setup of these with the Black Spirit Rage is still a bit unsure. We'll have to go and test it. but it's very clear you'll be able to get a maximum, well, you will be able to get 200% Black Spirit Rage yourself with the new artifacts if you're using Tungrit accessories. So this is definitely one to watch out for if you're one of the classes that really scale well of Black Spirit Rage with either your damage, but also being able to consume your 200% BSR. The 200% BSR, your C buff, it gives you 50 all AP and 40% attack speed. That is crazy for some classes. So this is a new build option, a new best in slot for some classes and some builds. Is it going to be meta? We'll have to wait and see, but it's definitely one to watch out for, being able to personally get 200% maximum BSR. Other effects here, we can get some resistant builds, adding that in. This one here, the set bonus, is going to be a bit interesting for T1 sieges and node wars. Damage reduction -50, but then you get siege weapon reduction. This one here won't actually matter, the minus resistance in T1s, if you have enough gear. You can overcap your DR and you'll still be at the limit even with the -50. So this one could be very interesting in some scenarios, but for general play, not that wild. And here, this is the big one. I think this is the one most of us are really eyeballing. It's going to be a massive increase in survivability if you choose to go that route. Again, there is more crystals and more different options coming. They mentioned a specific one. I actually scroll up here so you guys can see this. So this one is important. As mentioned earlier, we're considering artifacts and rune stones in a way that allows us to diversify our settings a little more. So having the options to build really tanky, or maybe building more damage, or some other fun ones we'll see here in a bit. This update is a form of maximizing existing effects, but please note that we are preparing special effects, such as reducing the cooldown of certain skills of each class and increasing attack power at night. So we might see new crystals. We'll definitely see like new crystals, new set bonuses and everything. So this is just like round one. A lot of really interesting ones. This is the most tanky build we've seen so far. It's going to be pretty massive for anyone looking to build survivable. And maybe there'll be an option with HP as well in the future, like heavy HP builds. And again, we got the Black Spirit Rages here. Now, there's one more I really want to show you guys. Well, there's actually two more. There's this one here, which is the combat EXP, skill points, combat EXP, 150%, 30% skill EXP, stamina, and knowledge gain plus 20 if you're doing that leveling, maybe you're ecology grinding, etc., etc. And then you have this one. And I don't think it's a typo. Minus 150 of all AP. This is not going to be sheet AP. This is very clear. When it says all AP, I would assume that it is the hidden AP number. It's still a massive loss of AP, but it gives you item obtain chance plus 30%. So if you're out grinding for a potion, let's say you're more in-game player and you will one-shot mobs at lower gearing, even if you lose 150 AP, 30% drop chance for treasure grinding, leveling alls, grinding for the compass, maybe later on, depending on your gearing and everything, you could be grinding for the merchant ring at some areas where you really won't need the 150 AP. So this one here is going to be an insane setup that you can use for whenever you need to grind those rare drops. Or maybe you get to grind at a specific place, maybe even Ash Forest in the future, where getting the rare drops are so much more important than anything else that it will be worth it. So this one is going to be a very, very interesting one. And again, more are coming. So this is just to give you an idea about the level of these type of combos and crystals. It is going to be potentially meta changing, but the options are wide. So you can really specialize in what it is you want to do. The next big change, well, isn't that big actually, is the trade lifeskill changes. This is the first round. I'm expecting way more of the different life skills getting updated, and you could say that gathering and alchemy got a slight update with the luminous crystals. For trading, they basically just increase the cost or the value of all the trade crates you make and turn in. And they went from 2 to 3 times the value. But very important, it is only for crates you make after the update. So if you have any crates now, they will not get the increased price. So you can just turn them in just fine. You don't have to wait. If you're already making crates right now, you might want to pause the production so you don't use your materials for the lower tier value crates, and then restart your production again once we get this patch, because they will not be retroactively increased in price. And then there's the changes to the new mountain. I'm gonna skip on those. I will leave the link in the description, but if you guys want to keep up on everything with the new region, you can read it. I'm trying to stay somewhat spoiler free with all the new grind spots and everything. It's just some changes to those areas. I'm not too fussed about that. I'm excited about the new items, but I kind of want to experience the zones for the first time myself. So that was pretty much it. There's a few more bug changes, general changes. But that was it for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one.